Welcome to The God Factor. I am Ajua Bwahima Apia, your host for today. And with me today, I'd like to introduce a very special guest with us. She is a musician working tirelessly to make her mark in the music industry. Help me welcome Miss Loretta Larbi.
Hello.
Miss Larbi, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
You're looking exceptionally good today.
Thank you, darling. You're
Also,
looking
thank
good
you,
too.
thank you, thank you. Thank you for also accepting to do this interview with us. It's a pleasure having you.
It's a pleasure to be here as well.
Thank you. So for the past 2 days, I've been seeing a flyer circulating with your photo and everything on it. Is there an album being released?
Yes, I think you have observed rightly.
Yes.
There is an album, and it is my debut album,
Okay.
my first album.
Wow.
And I decided to release this album as a testament to my growth so far.
Okay.
In terms of my vocal training and the dreams that I have. So, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. What's the title of the album?
It is Cradle and Crown.
Cradle and Crown. Is it like a Christmas special? Or...
Yes, I would say that the album is not entirely for the festive season. The Lord's Prayer.
Okay.
It's in there. Ave Maria is also a prayerful song. Then there is the Bread of Heaven, which is Panis Angelicus.
Wow.
Yes. So aside that, we have Silent Night, All Holy Nights, and these are, should I say, favorite carols that I enjoyed growing up, and I've always wanted to actually record it for myself, and it finally happened. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. But before we head into the music aspects, I'd like to delve into your personality aspect for a while. Okay. We've heard Loretta Larbi. I'm sure a lot of people have heard your name at concerts, and you're part of the One Voice Choir. Yes, but I'm sure most of them do not know you personally. So can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Wow. So about myself, I would say that Loretta is a multitasker. She's a goal getter. I like getting things done. I am also the child of God whose cup never runs dry.
Amen.
I would say that, I'm very loving and fun to be with.
Indeed, you are.
Yes. I'm fun to be with. My very good friends can attest to that. Aside that, I would say that I do not joke at all with my spiritual journey with God. Yes.
Okay. Speaking of spiritual journey, I'm assuming you grew up in a Christian household, right?
Yes, I did.
And how was it like growing up?
Okay, so growing up in a Christian home, an Adventist home to be precise, I would say that even though my dad is the spiritual head of the house, my mom has been a solid rock.
Wow.
In terms of our moral upbringing and values. And yeah, they've done exceptionally good by raising us, myself and my siblings. When it's time for family devotion and all that, my mom would ensure that, you're all there for it and all that. So, yeah.
Okay. So what are some of the most important values being taught by your parents that you stuck with?
Okay, so thank you for that question. There are quite a number of values that my parents have taught me, and one would be gratitude.
Okay.
I have been brought up in such a way that no matter what anybody does for me, even the minutest of things, I need to show appreciation for it. And there's this culture, I don't know, even if someone does something for you today, the next morning, and you thank the person the next morning,
yes.
My mom would call and ask, have you thanked the person for yesterday?
Yes.
You can't say, I thanked them yesterday. You have to thank them again, which is the next morning. And there are times people would do things for me and I would inform her. And by the morning, she would ask, "Have you thanked the person?" Yes, I already have. But you would also realize that she has also gone to thank the person. So that act of gratitude, I can never live without it because it's something that has become a part of me. And then also we can talk about hard work.
Okay.
My mom is very hardworking, and my dad too. And I think growing up, that's why in my introduction I said I love to multitask. I like to do a lot of things at a particular time. And so with hard work, they usually have this thing that they say in the house, Loretta in sleep, is like parallel lines, meaning when
never
there's sleep
meet.
here, I'll be going this way. No matter how tired I am at the end of the day, and maybe I come to sleep, I still have to wake up early and get whatever I have to do done. And you think I do not like sleep. I actually love to sleep, but I always have something on my plate. So yeah, there's gratitude, there's hard work, there's also honesty, there's integrity, and one other thing is humility. You have to be humble. My mom would always say that. Um, there's this saying that an auntie of mine told me that the higher you go, the lower you should become.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure she might be watching. So you need to be humble, respect all manner of persons, despite their status in society.
That's very true.
Yes, you need to hold everyone so dear. Then maybe lastly, I would say that I've learned that life is a learning journey. You can never know enough.
Yes.
So for me, what I have learned is all the time you can learn from both the young and the old. So do not think that you are perfect and you know it all. You can always learn something new. If only you are humble, you get to learn a lot, which will help. So these are some of the values.
Wow. Wow. These are great values that your parents have instilled into you, and I'm sure they're going to take you very far. So can you tell us, and in what ways has God influenced your life?
Ways that God has influenced my life.
Yes. So
amazing. This, I mean, I will need another episode to talk about the ways that God has influenced my life. Trust me. But I'll say in every endeavor, my journey, work, academics, career-wise, everything, God has been the foundation. And I always say that I find my life to be like a puzzle, and God is the one who places me wherever He wants me to be. It's like when I get to a point I might need something, God just puts someone there.
Wow.
He places an angel. It could be a stranger or any person. Things that you do not even avert your minds to. God just works things out in His own way. And so His influence is huge. I can't take the God factor out of my life.
Wow. You sound like everything has been falling in place for you. Have you had any challenges, or like have you ever, should I say, threw a tantrum to God? Like, God, I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that, do this for me. Like, why isn't this happening? But you're like, oh, God will place this in my way, do this, everything is easy peasy. Have you ever had any challenges?
Oh, I would say that no one's life is perfect. You know, the seamless outlook that people see or perception people create about you out there, sometimes there are prices that people would pay behind the scenes for it. So I wouldn't say that my life has been smooth and easygoing. I have been through quite a number of things, and maybe, I mean, I'm not that old, but then I can still say that I've had some experiences, and there are times you would question God, but I've always come to learn that God's timing is perfect. In His time, He makes all things, not just some. He makes all things beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah, so my faith in God is unwavering. I wouldn't trade that for anything.
I'd have to come and borrow some of your faith because
That faith, there's one thing I would say. My mother, even if your faith, you're losing faith in something, you're trusting God for something. I appreciate my mom so much because she would give you some of her faith to hold you down and still trust in God that this is possible, this can be done. Keep believing in God. And there's a saying that if God knows that you cannot withstand the temptation or whatever trial that comes your way, He wouldn't bring it your way in the first place. So whenever I am in the wilderness, I am down, I still believe and trust that God will always come through for me. So it is that faith that makes it look like I have a perfect life, but I don't have a perfect life. Yeah.
wow. There's a saying like that there is like mother like daughter, sorry. And I could say you've taken the strength from your mom.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So now let's move on to the music aspect. What sparked your interest to venture into music and how did it get started? But we all know you are in a choir and you've been singing for a while. But how did everything start?
All right. So the music in general, I'll say that I grew up from a home where my dad is a lover of music. My mom as well. I mean, she tells me stories of how she used to perform during entertainment in her high school days.
Yes.
And my dad, you would come home, my dad would turn off the lights in the hall. He has his music at the background. He's just quietly, just meditating. And I was listening to songs like Celine Dion songs, Westlife, Jim Reeves, Don Williams, the country music. So these were songs that were not really ordinary to me. They were not our local, let's say, high lives kind of music. Maybe the Amachi Dede, Kojoinchi kind of music. So I think I grew up listening to country music. I was appreciating like those high art music the more. So fast forward, I went to secondary school, and then my then school mother, she asked me to perform at the Sunday church service, and I was like, I just came to school.
Fresher.
Yes, I've never performed in front of all these people, the whole school. How do you expect me to sing? And then I found myself doing it. It was this song. Now I know my Redeemer lives. I know my Redeemer lives. All of creation testify. Let this life within me cry. I know my Redeemer, He lives. So that was my first ministration, I would say.
I'm sure you captivated the whole students.
My seniors were like, oh yeah, the girl who sings and all that. So I'll say that's how it started. Before I went to high school, in junior high school, some of my colleagues used to call me organic radio.
Hey.
Because when the teacher is not in class, we had these books with printed lyrics and all that.
Yes.
So I used to learn the lyrics, and then I'll be singing whenever the teacher is not around. I mean, so music has been me, and I have been music. I just love music.
Oh.
Yes.
That was great.
So
wait, how did your school mother know you know how to sing?
I think it was my mom that told her when I came to school.
Oh, okay. So she already snitched on you.
When I got admission and I went to school, by 5:30 a.m. I was in school. My mom took me to school so early, so that's how come she got to know. And my school mom was like someone who had super crazy faith in God. She was a good woman. Yes, SU executive, which I ended up becoming one.
Wow.
Yes, an Adventist being an SU executive. I have done
this shows
things.
how multi-talented you are. So when we talk about in your musical journey, which kind of artists have been a big influence to you? As in, which artists have influenced your musical choice and career and where you are now?
Okay, so I would say that you know, I think most soprano singers in Ghana, when you ask them, they'll talk about Cecilia Batoli. But she wasn't my influence.
Okay.
I was looking up to Jessie Norman of blessed memory. I mean, I could envision myself singing like her in her physique and all that. And she has this powerful voice. And then I got introduced to the likes of Leontine Price, Grace Bambury, Barbara Hendricks. These are Black American opera singers who really made it at the Metropolitan Opera houses. I think there's also Renee Fleming.
Okay.
Yes, she's still alive and she's doing very well. And then Kathleen Battle. So quite a number of these opera soprano soloists really inspire me and still do.
I don't know any of them, but I'll do my research and go and look for them because they
Sure,
sound like amazing artists.
they are. They are.
So, with these people in focus, how would you describe your style of music?
Okay, so my style of music, as my voice coach would say, um, what you're doing is an Olympic in music. So you don't expect to learn a song today and be able to just sing it tomorrow. Your body has to get used to the song and get to know the song very well, such that when you're sleeping and you are even awakened or something, you can just go like, Oh mio bambino caro, mi piace bello, bello, vuoi andare in Porta Rossa. That's it. So it's an Olympic kind of music. So we would say high art music is not a regular kind of music. It takes a lot of effort to be able to hit some notes, constant practice, and all that to see one perform at that level.
So, how long have you been practicing and with this voice training and everything before coming out with your music?
Okay, so for the normal choral music singing, I've been doing this for 10 years and counting. But when it comes to this high art music, classical style of singing, I've been training for 3 years now. And I'm still learning. I am not all that I want to be yet.
Okay.
People will be wild when you sing and all that, but to me, I know that I'm nowhere near I want to be. So yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's pure dedication. Do you write your own music?
I wouldn't say I write my own music. I would say that there are people who sing and there are people who write or compose. Um, Not everyone is born a composer. I know there are people who might try to say they are writers. In the but then I have a song I haven't brought out yet. It was given to me by God. I think it came to me in a shower or something.
In the shower.
The melody and the lyrics came to me. I had to step out, went to take my phone, record what I heard, and then type the lyrics, and then later put it on a sheet music. So not
You
everyone
did that all
is...
by yourself, the sheet music.
Oh no, I engaged someone.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to him.
Okay.
He's called Franklin Sesu.
Franklin says, so shout out to you.
Yes. He did that for me. I just sent him my lyrics and then the melody. I said, Guy, do this for me. And we did it.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's been over 2 years now. I haven't released it yet.
Okay,
Yes.
that's amazing. In the shower, I have to start singing in the shower.
Yes.
I'm sure I'll get mine there. So, what has been your biggest challenge so far in the music industry?
Maybe I'll say whenever I am not home,
Mhm.
and life has taken me elsewhere. In terms of my rehearsals, I'm very conscious about my surroundings.
Okay.
I wouldn't like to disturb people with my singing. So sometimes I have this challenge of rehearsing when I am not home, because maybe you have different neighbors who can't take the fact that you sing this loud, and when I'm rehearsing, it's something else. That's where the work is actually done.
It's true.
Yes, you only see the beauty of everything on stage, but behind
The
the scenes,
background work.
exactly. I had a neighbor who was 2 houses away walk up to me one day and said, "Oh, I actually enjoy your singing." I'm like,
Wow.
"You hear me 2 houses away?" No way, So yeah, that's one of my challenges, but I'm working on that.
Okay.
I would also say that probably when people that you're familiar with engage your services, they expect that, oh, you should do this for free. Like, you should just get up, dress up, and come and sing for me for free. They don't appreciate intangible assets.
Exactly.
Exactly. So they do not know the hard work that goes on behind the scenes. You're training, you have coaches, you are paying them. And so if you expect someone to come sing for you, do not think that they've also actually invested a lot before they appear wherever they appear.
Yes.
People tend to underestimate that and think, well, this is high-art singing, so please, if you can't, then you go for the others. You understand? So yes,
Wow.
that's another challenge. But
Speaking of the high arts, you just reminded me of last year I saw you at the National Theatre, I think in the Sound of Music play,
yeah,
and you did exceptionally well.
thank you.
I was very proud of you.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask, was this your first like theater performance or you've already done something like that before?
I would say that professionally, with being a solo artist, professionally, yes, that would officially be my first theater performance. Yes. And I had to learn my lines, act, and sing at the same time.
Wow.
It was such an experience. I loved every bit of it because it was challenging, but I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Do you think you'd return back to the stage or
Oh,
you don't
why
see
not?
yourself in theater?
I love to be many things.
Yes.
I love to be many things. So I could do anything that I want to do actually. I would be anything I want to be if only I set my mind to it. And that has been my style all this while. Yeah.
Wow. We like a woman who is very diverse.
Exactly. Versatile.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you mentioned your Cradle and Crown album.
Yes.
And it has already been released.
Yes, please.
So for those of us who want to be able to access it, where can we find it?
Okay, so it's available on Apple Music,
Okay.
on iTunes, YouTube Music, Spotify, Deezer, all the online streaming platforms. It's available.
Okay, so all I have to do is search Loretta Larbi.
Loretta Larbi, Cradle and Crown.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So what would you tell someone who is an upcoming musician like you?
Dear upcoming musician, should I tell you to give up? No, I wouldn't tell you to give up. I would say that you should have a vision of where you want to go. Create a niche for yourself. What kind of music do you want to be remembered for? And then have a plan. It takes a lot of toil, hard work behind the scenes, to get to wherever you want to get to. Above all, do not joke with your prayer life. I mean, no matter the kind of genre you want to do, take God seriously, and He would take your business seriously. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay, that's wonderful. And what about your fans and audience? Do you have anything for them as well?
Oh, hello. I would say that thank you so much for your support thus far.
Mm.
I am very grateful. I do not take it for granted. I know that not a lot of people would appreciate classical singing, and it's very understandable. But for the selected significant few, that's how I call them, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for pushing me and always being in my corner. God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you. And I also like to thank you personally for making time to be with us today.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's an honor.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So, lovely viewers, we just heard from our Miss Loretta Larbi, and I hope you stay tuned for the upcoming episodes that follow. Thank you, and God bless.